Alright, I am finally here. Welcome. I do not do an RP. I am back. Well, welcome everyone. Hello Lavinia, hello the administrator. Hello Iron, how am I doing? I'm doing well. Just went to get water. The last stream was crazy. Everyone would come. That was my favorite, yeah. I just wish they changed the character as well. Wait, the music is a bit too loud. There we go. Should be fine now. You were joking? Okay, good. I have a bad memory about it. Oh fuck. I'm proud. A good stream is where the viewer is also having fun, you know, and not doing something else. What every streamer wants is, well, their viewer to enjoy and to interact with them as well. I think you can fix the mercenary playthrough. How do you do that? Anyways, before we start, we're gonna wait a couple minutes for people to join. Then yeah, we're gonna start. I haven't launched the game yet, so I'm gonna launch the game later. Making a mother of all amulets. That's a reference. Yeah, I hope everyone is doing well. Hydrate yourself or you will be thirsty. Yeah. It's not just when you become thirsty, it's you will have less energy. Also, your body kind of needs water. Metal Gear Rising: Vengeance. Yep. Can't fry over every egg. But yeah, I'm doing good, Mr. Record. Just finally finished arena mode yesterday. Now I'm finally doing Stanley Parable after some time. I've been willing to, not willing, I've been looking forward to play this in a long time. First when I saw Markiplier's gameplay of it, so technically I have played it, or like seen the endings, but because of that, I couldn't play Stanley. So now I'm playing the Deluxe. Unfortunately, I saw a little bit on Chipsy's stream. Just a little bit. Just a tiny little bit. Hopefully, there's gonna be a lot more. You made your own Discord server. Nice. Very nice. Hello, Zeta. Gonna wait one more minute, and we're gonna start. Waiting for IPG so I can save my gun. He'll probably be here. Oh, you were there? Nice. For the money, just spend them on the beds till you run out of money. For those who you hire, just fire them and play the missions and you're playing like so you can redeem yourself. Redeem myself. I mean, I don't know if I want to repeat. Alright, the thing is with not enough mana spawn, right? There's just so many things that you can do, and you can just get you can get money easily. You can get boon tokens immediately. It kind of like gets rid of the challenge or the fun in getting them. But I still find it. I probably will do what you said, Aaron. But for arena mode, for story mode, I'm probably just gonna use the not enough mana mod, because I kind of already finished it anyways. What do you think about? Yeah, I'll do that. I'll spend them. I'll spend all the money, and then fire everyone. Why hire? Yeah, do that. Hey, there he is. Hello, I play. Or should I say, oh my god, Quickles. Welcome. last time I was there, can we say the F word? Yeah, you can. Just don't don't say the too much like the worst swear words. You know. Let me start the game real quick. Then immediately select it. Nope, it's not here yet. Okay, should be here now. There it is. Okay, good. Oh my god, fear. And yeah, let's go. We're finally doing it. Rip technically, yeah, rip. Hey, rest in peace. After some time, I can finally play this game. No subtitles. No, I want subtitles, please. Thank you. Let's go. Let's go. Have you played Stanley Parable? Okay, this right. I haven't played it myself, but I have watched Markiplier like complete the game. So technically, I see what it is. I saw what it is. So logically, like I kind of already did. So yes, I have. We don't need to get rid of the mode. None of us. We just need to use it. But we can use a playground, and we got some cool ideas for it. All right then. That was a different screen. Please adjust the standard computer completely visible. I'd like to make it visible. Please enter the current time. Alright, for my time right now, it is 21. Okay, maybe not that. It's 9. 21 is, yeah, 9 p.m. Can I change this? There we go. It's still AM. There we go. Okay, 9 p.m. 9:23. It's 9:23 right now. 3 p.m. in the morning. PM is not in the morning. It's in the afternoon, right? 3 a.m. is in the morning. Accessibility settings can be accessed from the main menu. Alright then. I'm a little late today because I rewatched the Expression Day. That's okay. We just literally started. Just asked it. For those that missed it, it just asked me if I played the game before, and the current time, and yeah. Hello everybody, what is welcome back to Stanley Parable for Deluxe. Gotta do it in intro. Oh look, you can see the cursor from there. That's nice. Interesting. Let's check the settings. Field of view, would like to have that 80. Maybe 90, but 90 is too big. Only too far. Audio, that's fine. VSync, turn that off please. Borderless, I want it to be a full screen. Resolution, I would like to keep it this much please. Wait. You have to make it like this. And titleizing, I don't know. Supply that. Controls. Okay, simplify control, whatever. Where's the sensitivity? I don't know if it's too fast. English of subtitles, subtitle size. Let's make it a bit bigger. No need translations, and yeah, I think that's good enough. Let's go. I've never seen this game, so you're not the only new person.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Let's go.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Let's go. Finally control him. What? I go in close to the computer, it's not making any noise if I press E. Excuse me, if I go up over here. I'm making keyboard noises. Interesting.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Now, I'm here to warn everyone that I don't remember much of the endings. I kind of remember just the... I don't remember every ending from the last one. Like the not the one that's not Ultra Deluxe, so I don't really know much to do. I know
No
that
matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Also, there was this one glitch over here. That's some... But I've already seen that too many times. Oh, jeez. Right. This thing is opened. Oh. Interesting.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Since I helped Chips at some random times, I know what to do at some parts. And you too, Harry, you were there, but now you forgot. Time to remember. Time to remember. No, I don't. I have, you know me. I don't remember things well. I'm just gonna do what he's saying. I don't know. Until we get the new content. Interesting.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
How about I don't? How about I do? Rock, paper, scissors against myself. Look at that.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh, that door is opened. Interesting.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Why do I press E and it's making keyboard noises?
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Look, I'm just trying to admire how they make these models. It takes time to make these things, okay? They just...
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Okay, you know what?
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
You know, fine.
And so
fine.
he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
You know, I'm not that curious like Chipsy, but no, will not get tempted.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Take up possibilities on our coworkers. Coworkers for not supporting you anymore. Let the ball up inside you. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your site has a slight blue graphic in the header and throw some beef on all the text. This will ensure the comment everyone unique. You most of all. Okay. Alright then. We know what this is, right?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and
like
got back on track.
It's like the only one I remember. One of the few that I remembered. Look at this.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Looks like the same model from Team Fortress 2 wrench, but it's like longer. But I know the wrenches
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
What does FA mean? Fucking... I don't know what.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
No.
Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Interesting. Must close the door every time. We don't know what can come.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
What if we just keep what if I keep the wrong numbers? What'll happen?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
What?
2845.
Looks like I'm messing this up completely. 2845. There we
Yet
go.
incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Creepy. What's this? I don't even know if that was the right way, but here we are. Loading. Nothing creepy here.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Nope, nothing. Nothing creepy at all.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
You know, what do I trust? The mind control facility that has... Well, it's a mind control facility, but they put the text very nicely in the middle with the great font, but then they put escape with a blooded word. Like how a horror movie always does. They're smoking. It's a long hallway. Nobody would go there. It's a trap.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Let's see. Cameras, action.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
427, 427. Okay, it's right there. It's right there. There I am. Nothing. Not there. Oh. That thing is weird. Fired. Interesting. That thing has like a red room. Is that the one with the weird... Oh, that's not. It's over there. Okay, let me see. Is that like glitched or something? No, it's normal. The camera is normal.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
No.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job?
No.
That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
No! Cannot believe.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it?
So
was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Yes. There's a button up there. Can't see. Where's the lights? What are you? Nope. Can't see anything. Bunch of buttons.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Ooh. Let it punch something.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
It's an open gate, but okay.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Hello, Untitled. Ah, grass. Get your first achievement, let's go! I got an achievement saying beat the game. We did it! Again, it's never the end. And then we're back. Let's see.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ooh. Input. Awaiting input. 1. I think that's the one that we were supposed to press. That Gypsy was like missing or something. We need to keep like finding this and then pressing it when we find it. Something. That door is still opened.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
No, I'm speedrunning.
Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
This is good. It's a good rule. Do not lie. If you're lying right now, stop it. It's easy. Just do that, and then you'll be a great co-worker. Like a worker. There's a new video with 3 people who worked on a game. One of them, and they were playing Chico and talk about a lot of interesting stuff. Interesting. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion. It will cause death. Penalty of misuse of the cargo lift, 1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo, 5,000. Enter. You know, I saw in Chip's stream that there was
Look, Stanley. Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back. You'd best either get comfortable right here on this platform, or test your luck by jumping to the floor below. You know what? Looking at it now, it's not that far to the bottom floor. I bet you can make it.
He's trying to kill me. See this? Yeah, you see that? I never actually know what this leads. Where this leads, I mean. Oh, where are we?
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off. You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
You told me to jump off, and I did. Alright, was that an ending? I have no idea.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The waiting input is now, instead of no purple boxes, there's 2. So every time we find that, we just keep like putting inputs or something. Interesting. Fascinating. Need more words.
When Stanley came to a
I
set
know,
of two
you
open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
You need to
Perhaps
know.
he wanted to
Shut
stop
up.
by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
You need to stop.
The lounge was sublime,
Living.
a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why...
No.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
I like blue better.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
I'm colorblind. Oh shit, my finger slipped.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Oh shit, my controls are inverted. I want to go to the red... I want to go to the red door.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place.
Well, that's
Broken
on you.
rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Need to write better.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me
Airplanes.
absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
I want to know what it is.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel
Hey, that's
free
where I
to
was
be
wrong.
honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Amazing.
Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really
It's more
couldn't say where the
subtle.
idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try.
You don't have a soul.
Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look. Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Oh my god. It's this Stanley. Still want to know. Interesting. What? 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 What happened? They break the game? What happened? It's not allowing me to go through. I'm pressing E. Did I break the game? What happened? You can't jump. I just got an achievement. Oh. Oh. I may not be able to jump, but I can walk through. Oh, I'm still alive. And here we are. We're stuck. Help! I guess we just need to begin the game again. The fuck? Impressive. Alright, let's
All
go.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where's the waiting input? Where is it? Oh, it doesn't appear here. Oh, this door was this open before? I have no idea. Is it gonna keep? Yeah, it's not here. Guess we'll have to wait.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yep. Admiring.
Standing now in
admiring
this
100%.
incredible room, Stanley for the first time, but eager to get back to business, Stanley
let's
took the
actually go
first
to the-
open door on his left.
Me and Gypsy did that nice.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I'm surprised you're not fired.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me,
Pretty sure I already know about
I'm
this.
asking for her.
Oh, I know about this already. So,
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to
Camera
his
on the hook
death.
until we find it at the
Good
end.
job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
yeah. I'm very powerful. Hello.
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
First of all, this isn't my desk. And second of all, I'm only gonna buy milk. That's interesting. No more inputs. Alrighty then, I'm just gonna turn it off. Because I am a good co-worker. And stupid damn cats.
When Stanley came to a set of
Yeah,
2
let's go
open
this way.
doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What's this? Can't read that, personally.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
Oh
He
shit, I know
considered the
this one.
possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Whee!
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want.
Yes.
I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Bam!
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Very nice. Fine. And we're back. Let's go.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone.
What?
Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
That was different, wasn't it?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Still don't see any of these. Where's the waiting input ones? Is it in the other room? No, not there. Not you. Nope, not there. Alright, I'm not gonna repeat the endings I know already. Oh. There it is.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
I'm print screening that. That could be... Wait. Yep. Let's go, new thumbnail. Let's go. Content. Yes.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
More.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable
Just take a
Ultra
screenshot.
Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful.
Does
I'm
indeed.
very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Oh, you see me crouching. This is how excited I am.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if oh, okay. Let's see the content. Gimme the content, Stanley.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Can I jump outside? No. We're not even jumping, but it still counts. It's... We gotta use it when we can. Don't waste it.
Is that it?
Okay,
Surely that's not
I
all
have
the new
one jump.
content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new
Did I do
content,
something
then I
bad?
could just read you
Is
the
one
whole
not enough?
dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes, I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Is it gonna be like 36 platforms you have to jump to and then If you use like all of it, you can't do anything. I swear. That would be sad.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about.
Let's do it.
No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
Who are you?
What do you say, friend?
Should be, let's go. Remember the boss room computer? Yeah, I do remember. What about it? Very yes. Impressive indeed. Oh. Wait. I wasn't even looking at the screen. What is this?
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
I remembered when this happened on Gypsy Street. Bum bum. Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. Go to the...
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me
Yes,
thinking
very.
about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Huh. Can't jump anymore.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then,
I have
video
dementia.
games had integrity.
Can't
Back
remember.
then, it all meant something. Oh, the
My biggest
waste.
weakness. Collector's Edition. Audience Award. One eye is missing. Stanley Parable. The Good Times. Hey, that's me. That's the door. Oh, that's the main control facility. Let's begin again. Interesting. Oh, you can see. Smile because it happened. And there's $1. Probably the first ever dollar that they made. There's the game. It's impossible to achieve this, to get this achievement. Go outside, don't play for 5 years. Damn. Story, debut game, and game innovation. Very nice. Deals for choices. That's the ending we just got. Very nice. What are you? In loving memory, little Stanley. Aww, look at him. You'll be missed, little Stanley. What is this? What is flower stopping me? Look how beautiful this is, though. Very nice. Taking a screenshot of this.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
The elevator content. Oh, the Minecraft ending. Yeah, I saw it before. Aperture. Portal 1, I'm assuming. Looking at the graphics. The double doors. Stanley. Oh, hammer. Memories. Top 10 memories. Wait. This doesn't close, right? There's still something down there I want to look at. Car. Don't remember that one. No! Shit.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com.
Textures.
The Stanley Parable is
Boring.
both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Oh, it's open again. Good. Look at this. Hear that? The meeting coworkers scenario. The missing coworkers scenario. They don't just make it like any other name. Grass trial version, and then there's a meeting, but boring. And yes, the serious room. Cannot jump anymore. This is where I could have used my jumps, and I couldn't. Let's go back.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again.
Indeed. I want
Wait,
my money back.
Hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
New content? Okay.
Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam,
No.
the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Reminds me of Half-Life when I first saw this.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Unfunny.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. To be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Well, not every memory has to be good. Or not every memory is always good. But nothing is perfect. This is.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Oh, it's just a black screen now. Oh, is there nothing? Haha.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people, and if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again.
Very well.
I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here?
Yeah.
Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room? Yep. I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there?
Yes, there was a door.
I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall? Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please, I'll take any option at all. I'm asking you to work with me here. We need a door. We need a door of some kind. I can work with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one room to another. I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door. I don't know how exactly
Okay.
to move. Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone.
It's been gone for 12 hours.
I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley. There's
Yes.
no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here, and more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it, and I have to believe, I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you,
can stop
you're going to press the button again. Why would you?
So we're gonna
I've
keep
been
talking?
thinking and thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise.
Won't talk.
Oh my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me to fix the problem? Why did Cookie Nine's opinion matter so much to me? I've never even met Cookie Nine. I have no idea who they are.
Everybody
What would
knows
it ever
Cookie
really
Nine.
matter? But here I am. I'm fixating on every tiny negative thing that anyone ever says about me. The merest mention of one of my imperfections,
Okay.
and I become as if... Oh, Stanley, you're back.
Oh,
You're
shit.
back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley, maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real. Maybe I'm not just a fiction. Was I scared of that all along? Perhaps, yes. Perhaps I've been scared this whole time, that if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed by it. I can't be taken by it, Stanley. I can't lose myself in the stretch of emptiness between you and me. When you press that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away. And in those moments, the emptiness folds itself outward in between the two of us, and I am suspended in its unyielding quiet. Oh, hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped
Fully
keeping
dead.
track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing
Narrator
to
is
undo the past.
Just
And
as
when that
in the
feeling
prison,
had
just
begun
like
to
we are.
subside, what took its place is what I can only
But I have to
describe.
skip on. Narrator? Hello? That thing is blinking. Narrator, you there? Hello? Maybe he's trying to tell us this is how it feels to be alone without nothing being happening. It is disturbing, creepy. It's not speaking. Let's see.
But they didn't understand the game was never
he's
meant to
back.
be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley Parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim for no reason other than to do so? Yes! Yes! It seems that this is now the world we live in. It seems that we are a people living in such bleakness and discomfort with ourselves that our entertainment is now our lives. It has come to represent us. It absolutely must.
Oh. He's gone again. He started to like talk to himself. He doesn't even care if we're there or not. Just started ranting.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Nothing again. Oh shit. It's falling apart. But this is how. It's insane how we're not aging as well. It's even like growing and stuff too. And no, it's not. Narrator is completely gone. Place is destroyed. You could hear things. It's a big echo void. Nothing again. Complete dark. Get me out of here. 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 Oh. Oh. Where are we? Follow the rocks. Go back. Oh. And we're back. Wow.
How
Are
long
you
was
there?
I sitting
Okay,
there?
so-
Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
Isn't that the same picture from Portal? Is it? Oh no, that should be a different one. Button's gone. I don't see it anymore after 2 clicks. This thing is still open though. New content. Let's go.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Wait a minute. No? Okay. Okay. Show us. Welcome to Tatooine. New content.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this Ultra Deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this Ultra Deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Cheers. Deluxe. Oh, it's like 2 in different languages. That's like 2 in Russian. Very nice. Looks really good. Who wouldn't want to work here? The PowerPoint presentation, logo ideas. This one, of course, yeah, that looks the best. In my opinion, of course. Or maybe this? No, that's creative. But yeah, the bold text. The big 2, that's better.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley
hear
Parable
from
2
Dutch.
is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Prequel to Stanley Parable. It's amazing. This way, just nope. Okay, this way to the show floor. New features, new content. So good. It's amazing. Look, it's me.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
That a bucket. Buns, this is the name of the player that is playing the game. Oh, that's interesting. Here, name in the game. I would like to hear my name in the game. Then after
For the
that,
Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
yeah. Let's see if it gets my name.
Jim. Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button. Jim. Yes, you see? What
Okay,
a
then.
thrill, what a rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again, do it again. Jim. Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
How about I don't?
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can
Whoa
be
there,
too
cowboy.
much, Jim.
Too much,
I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
No! Can't take that away from me. I'm Jim. Now I want to speak to the manager. Then his name, the manager's name's Jim. I tried to spam it, Zeta. Tried.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
But how many people are named Jim? Alright, there. A lot of people named him. My name
A
doesn't
common
start with Jim.
complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Yes.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as
Dear
a
God.
person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
It's like shining on the bucket as well. That's nice. At the bucket, maybe. Can I drop
Does
it?
anyone give
No.
out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Merch. Very nice. It's not a reinsurance bucket, but that's office decorations. No screenshots. Is that how it looked like? Damn, no wonder I'm like that.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Happy 12th birthday, Tiffany's. Get well someday.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
Why? You traitor. Oh. Oh.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No. No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
They changed it. This was supposed to be here. It's like switched. Very nice. Please don't look at me. Case is spinning. Infinite hole. Free achievement. I want free achievement. Let's go get a free achievement. Who wants to get a free achievement? Let's get a free achievement. I want an achievement. Why do I look like that? Cut your poser to receive your new achievement. No more steps. This works.
Now,
Alright.
here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
I just keep trying it. I will get it. Let me get it. I want the achievement. Give me the achievement. What if I... No, I can't. Please pull me. Please pull me. Give me it. I'm not gonna stop until you give me it. Oh, come on. Whoa. Go there. Hearing things. I don't like this place. No free achievement, I guess. Such a
What else?
disappointment.
What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
There's one from over there. Jump circle?
You know what, Stanley? I actually think the jump circle was a pretty good idea.
Not gonna
I'd like
waste
to
it.
hang on to that for the sequel.
Why don't you just enable jump for everyone? A button that's it says instead of saying the button that says your name, just says your Jim. I didn't notice that. Damn. Good little. That's new. Wow. Epilogue.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Alright then. 999. Red is the new orange. That actually looks pretty nice. Interesting. The baby's all grown up. Look at that. I don't think that before when I watched Chips' stream, when he was here or something, he told me something or like he said something about a Morse code. Is this a Morse code? That I... Not sure. Let's check on that later, I guess. infinite hole. Let's go for the infinite hole. Where is it? Infinite hole is this way. It won't end, but it will end because it is just start. As this has not been completed yet. Hole like infinity. Nice. Just keeps going. Very well.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Alright, let's go.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
No. Keep falling.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top.
You
Maybe
shut
do
up.
it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
No.
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature.
was
It's
that?
more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole.
I could still
You
see the
found me
top.
out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated
2
by
p.m.
falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
That's just, what if is there something different? What if I uninstall, reinstall the game, and then it'll ask me for the time, and if I change it to 2 p.m. does that do something? I have no idea, probably
Great.
overthinking
Now,
it, but
I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel. Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there, goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of...
hole.
Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I
Holes
suppose
just need
once
to be
again there's
filled.
nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole,
Ew.
you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled.
Let's go.
I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about, and I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime.
Whoops! I slipped.
Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability in marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point.
It's just a pool.
It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You
this
just
is
do
where I use my
whatever
jump.
it is you're here to do, and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Oh no, I can't. Not working.
Is the teleport button not working?
Nope.
You sure?
Yes, I'm pressing
Well,
it.
I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again.
Not working.
Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this.
No.
I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
I know you're gonna come back, right? Right. Night. So interesting noise. I can't press jump. Can't drop this bucket. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No! Help! This music. We can actually see him now. Hello, Stanley.
My head's stronger. Now you're no longer using up the space of mine.
Oh.
My head's stronger. Now you're no longer using up the space of
Oh, look at them. They're so cute.
mine. My head's stronger. Now you're
Oh. They're so cute. I want to keep it like this. Dinner boat. What the fuck? Screenshot. Oh! I know this style. I forgot a YouTuber's name, but sure. It's like a reference to something. Oh, error. Wait.
Stanley? Stanley!
What is happening?
Stanley!
What?
Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole. And I'm looking forward to all of them.
I mean, knowing the
Stay
skip
alert, Stanley.
button, you
I'll
didn't-
be back. Toodlepip.
This is like the narrative's way to get back at us for leaving him for so long. Maybe. Is it gonna descend again? Can't jump. Oh. Ah, you're finally awake. Oh, we're back here. Would you look at that?
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Alright then. Jump circle, this map. Why is that N5QBC hashtag B23 office easiest exit. I'm here, yeah. What is this? Exit jump circle. Would like to know the actually no. I want to see something everything else just in case. I don't want to miss it. Interesting. Collect them all. Can you find them? What is this? Collectibles, right?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
That's disturbing. I would like to get away.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Now, I have no idea I'm not a really good detective. So I don't know if that's an actual thing I could collect everything every time. Or like, I don't know if I can collect every single thing. So don't have high hopes of me like doing that. Anyways, where's the office stuff? There's only one jump. I have one jump left in the jump circle. Is it here? Oh, there's no screenshots room. Can't press the other button. Where's the office? There's the bucket. Office decorations. It's this way. This is supposed to be here, but it's not there. Okay. Can't stop laughing. Alright then, let's go to the exit, I guess. I don't think there's anything else to do. And I can't, the office decoration is not available.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to?
Yes.
Ready to move on now?
Yes. Still have the bucket with me too. Nice art there. Very nice. No screenshots. Can't tell me what to do.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
What was that?
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
All right. What is this? Level exclamation mark? The back rooms? If you didn't know when you got to the closet, we'll bring in the bucket and it will give you stickers. Did not know that. It's trippy. Are you the only one here? No. Oh. It's nice to have someone. I mean, I knew that this game would probably do as well as Project Nexus. Yeah, I wanted to play it.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Oh, just skip button.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
The balloons.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Interesting. Oh. Oh.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Yes, I want the bucket. So someone said about something bringing the bucket while doing the ending that I did before, the one where I collapsed dead. Let's do it. Wait, 420? What happened? What is with the 420? Oh, it's nothing.
Stanley pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the office. Nothing responded to the bucket's touch, but it did little to discourage Stanley's belief in the... Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I still won't listen to you.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than... No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Let's try to do the same ending with the bucket.
said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
You ain't got it. Oh, oh, look at this. Collectible.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Alright then. Will I still die if I fall down there? Yeah, most likely. Can I not go back up? Am I stuck down here? Do I have to kill myself? Right.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Okay then.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
This thing is missing that was here before.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Oh, shit.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good,
said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Yeah, we trust the bucket. The bucket never lies. Like someone.
In here,
said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Wait, no, I already know this. Shit, this was not the ending.
Now pick up the phone,
said the bucket.
Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
Hello, Sasbia.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
What else is there to do here? Sunset. Where's the bucket? Is there a bucket here somewhere? Oh! I'm blind. Hello, Stanley. It's me, your bucket. Please take me work with you. Let's go.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Bucket. Oh, I can't turn this off anymore. Bucket! What if I don't take you back home with me? Aw.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object?
He's not inanimate.
I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Let's go back to work.
Well, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
But that's what humans do as well. The loud man.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Hey.
It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
It's mine.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look
I
like
should
your
read that.
average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
He's gonna be obsessed with it as well, just like how I am. Press D to relive the same day with me over and over.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Press B to go home, work, to home, to work, to home.
Oh no. I'm having feelings for the bucket.
He's
Oh,
mine.
No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes.
No, he's mine.
The bucket could
He's
tell
mine.
me what to do in this troublesome situation.
No, he's mine.
Stanley, give me the bucket.
No.
Give it to me. Give me
No.
the bucket, Stanley.
No.
I need it. Give
No.
it to me now. Give it
Close
or
your
I'll-
eyes. I actually did close my eyes in real life. Go back to work, Stanley. Go back to work. I knew it. And here we are. The bucket ending.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
$427, $428, $429, $430, and $437? Figure finders. Meeting today in the meeting room. Where's 435, 438? Oh, it's probably somewhere here.
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
The bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the... This was not the
I'm gonna do this ending. That I'm gonna do the one where I repeat and go insane, die, pass out. After that, I'm gonna
correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket
Gotta
calling
go.
to
Alright
him,
then.
telling him
Later.
that the employee lounge was
hope you have
simply
a
the
nice
place
night.
to
Have a
be.
nice sleep or whatever it is you're doing. Hey, Chipsy, come we see? Yeah, sure. Let me do that real quick.
Oh, hey,
Hello.
hello, everyone. How many endings did you get? I'm here.
I
I'm
don't-
here to be your Stanley Barrable. Ah,
What?
I can hear.
I don't
Am
even.
I on Harry's stream?
I don't even know.
And here it was. Had the bucket
Hey
turned out
guys,
to be
hello,
correct?
hello.
Why
Welcome
not?
to the Harry
Never
stream.
mind.
Hmm?
Trust me when I say this. Exit
The
the game
bucket was
and then
wrong.
launch it again.
I'll do it after this one ending.
Stanley took the door on his
Okay.
left to go
Oh, you're
back
going
to
for
the
some
meeting
things.
room.
Yeah, someone told me to do this. Something could be different.
No.
Said the bucket.
Don't go
Did
to
you
the
do the
meeting room.
sus?
Go somewhere else.
Yeah, I did already.
The cargo
Oh
lift, yes.
my god, you
Good.
did the
Said
sauce.
the bucket.
Okay, I can't
Now
believe I
ride the
missed
lift
it.
all the way to the top.
Gonna have
There's
to
something
watch
up
the
there
vlog.
I need you to
Hello,
do.
guys. Hello.
Stanley did not
Hi.
question why or how this
Hi.
bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed
Oh.
him, of course, but Stanley feared that any path
my
he
God,
walked
what a rude
might lead to
streamer.
the separation of himself and the
Said
bucket.
you're gonna go because you're
his
bored.
dearest
You're no
friend.
longer bored. How
So he threw
dare you
himself to his
even
death,
decide to
that they might
you're
die
here
in one
forever?
another's
You stay here
arms.
forever. The end
How
is never.
deeply
The end is
touching.
never. Just like Stanley Parable.
It's
You are
okay.
under our control. You think you have the free will to leave, but that's what we
Just
want.
a step through this door.
Harry wants
Stanley
to-
thought to
You're
himself,
my
that's all I
Stanley."
need. If I can make it through this door, warmth spread
Dog or
through
cat?
Stanley's arms.
Honestly,
With
me,
the bucket
dog.
in his
You,
arms
Harry?
again, he
Dog.
was home.
Yeah, dog gang.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chin. This was
But
not the
to be
correct way to
fair,
the meeting room.
I
But
haven't
Stanley
actually
had
owned a
felt the
cat,
bucket
guys.
calling to him, telling him
I
that
was
the
the horse.
employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Why? 'Cause you
And
wanna
here it
ride
was.
something?
Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never
Like the
mind.
night, yes.
The bucket was wrong.
I love the bucket
Stanley
ending.
took the door on his left to go
He's-
back
he's
to the
just-
meeting
I'm
room.
not falling for that.
Oh, you did the
No,
said
the
the bucket.
wormhole, the big
Don't
hole.
go to the
Yeah, I
meeting
did.
room. Go somewhere else.
that's nice
The
one.
cargo lift, yeah.
The
Good.
one like
said
infinite
the
hole,
bucket.
right?
Now
Yeah,
ride the lift all
I
the way
love
to the
that
top.
one.
There's something up there I need you to do.
That one's my
Stanley
favorite.
did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But
What
Stanley
about you
chose
guys? I
not to
pass
think
over the
about this
question to you
obvious
guys.
fact.
Dog
He was
or
firmly
cat?
convinced that the
Or
bucket
Birdo,
had spoken
honestly.
to him, and he
Birdo, I feel
unthinkingly
like
did
never should
whatever
have
the
been a
bucket
pet.
asked.
You're supposed to let them out in the wild. Like keeping a bird in
No,
a cage
stop.
is just super
Look
sad.
there on the wall.
Yeah.
See, there's a
Unless
sign
they're
right there. It
like
says,
parrots,
no buckets
because
past
they're very
this point.
sociable.
Stanley, how
Anything
could you
that
think
is
it was
kind of
okay to
sociable
bring the bucket here?
can be a
Unless-
pet. Do you know what I
What
mean?
if the problem is
like,
that you actually don't
like cats
know
are
what
sociable.
is a bucket and what
Like both
isn't a
sociable
bucket?
and not at
I
the same
suppose
time.
that
They're
would
like
explain a lot about
teenagers.
your behavior up to
Dogs
this
are like
point.
kids.
Which, if that's true,
And parrots
well,
are
my
just
goodness, I
weird.
think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent
Imagine
on
being
your
able to
understanding
fly.
of what is and
So
isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Wait,
Oh.
he got stuck in the room. Are you seeing this?
Where am I even going? Okay. Is
Yeah,
this
just-
a
Now
bucket?
then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple
Alright.
enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not
Do you
a
like
bucket.
how it's like a
Okay,
game
let's
show?
begin.
Yeah.
Item 1. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Outsmarted.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
I can't move. It's like a $1 million dollar question.
One moment.
Yes.
Correct.
Hey.
It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Bucket is shiny. There were no shine on that bucket.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
No.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
That was a bucket.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Oh, this is
Yes.
so hard.
Yes.
Nobody knows this. How can anybody know this? This is like the same thing. Okay.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one.
Give me that.
Is this a
Alrighty,
bucket?
I am back.
Correct.
Hello,
This
hello
is
guys.
a bucket.
Welcome to the stream.
Oh
Welcome
man, I
to
should have
Harry's
said
stream.
no. Yeah, welcome. It's gonna be the same one.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
No,
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
it's not, and it is. Okay.
It's a quantum superposition bucket.
Item.
It's both
Wait,
a
hold on, I
bucket
can't find the
and
next
not
one.
at the
Let me
same
see,
time,
should
just
be
like
around
Rick
here
and Morty.
somewhere.
Your IQ is, if you don't understand this, your IQ is just too low. If you don't think it's funny, your IQ is too low. You're not allowed to watch this unless you
Okay,
possess like over
you and I
100 IQ.
both know there isn't
Ladies
anything
and
here,
gentlemen,
There's
and I
bucket
don't
right there, and
appreciate
bucket
the
right here. I
implication
have-
that nothing is a bucket.
Harry,
and we
stop
both clearly
playing
know
this
that a
game
bucket
right now
is
if you don't
something,
have over
and therefore
100 IQ.
nothing could possibly be
95
something.
enough?
Unless, in your
No.
twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is
Unacceptable.
nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
Yes.
I have like 93.
No.
Or
You know
39.
what?
I don't know.
I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
Am I bucket?
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the
No.
game entirely. Okay, here we go. What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket?
Yes.
Every single thing in the game was a bucket.
Yep.
My God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either.
What?
Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
Oh, guys, everything is gonna be an actual bucket.
Everyone's a bucket. You're a bucket. You're a bucket. It's like like the opera show. Like you're a bucket. You get a bucket.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply
Hey, wait
missed
a
a
minute.
memo.
Is this different?
It is.
This
It goes
was
like
left.
right side. It goes left side now.
This is a bucket.
This.
This is a
God.
story about a bucket named Stanley.
Oh, Harry got it. He said, "Dear God."
When Stanley came to a set of two open
No.
doors, he entered the door on his left.
Still no.
This was not the correct way to the
Oh,
meeting
did you
room.
get
Oh,
the
wait, did I
skip
miss
Stanley
thing?
knew it
Shit,
perfectly
did I miss the
well.
bucket?
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Did I do
You
what?
can reset. Did you get the skip thing?
Skip?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the apocalypse area. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a dice wad. Damn, I miss all the good
I can't
stuff.
wait to tell this story to my
Dang it.
co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll
Did you go
find
to
it.
the sus
oh,
area
won't
with
we
the
all just
bucket?
laugh and laugh at the top?
No,
Stanley
not
picked
yet.
up the bucket and
Can you do
smiled.
that?
Let's do it.
He'd never be alone again.
going
not
Among
truly
Us
alone.
mode.
Not with the bucket around.
No, not
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his
That's
chest.
alright.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley
Do you
had
wanna
felt
try
the
and
bucket
explain to them,
calling
Harry?
to him, telling him that
I
the
don't really
employee
can't
lounge
explain
was
very
simply
well.
the place to be.
Would you like me to then?
And here it was.
Yeah, you can.
Had the bucket turned out to be
Stanley
correct?
Parable is basically a parody of modern to early games where they basically say, "Oh, hey, here's a game where you have multiple choices." The thing being that they know that you're going to like challenge those choices. What Stanley Parable is trying to do is make a game where you have choices, but the narrator is being sarcastic on purpose because he knows that everything is predetermined. They have been designed so you fully explore it. Games these days, and this is what the creator said, that he basically envisioned games as like, they're not as creative. It's basically like option A, option B. That's why you have to choose two doors, left or right. So it's like, it's a parody on all of this, like multiple choices, exploration game. And that is the beauty
Was
of
this
Stanley
better?
Parable. It was a Half-Life mod before,
Yeah.
or,
No, it's an
or was
actual
it Gmod?
Half-Life
And now
one,
it's an
I
actual
know.
game. Beautiful. It was remade
Never
into the
mind.
deluxe edition,
The
and
bucket
you're
was
witnessing
wrong.
its glory
Stanley took
upon
the door on his
even more
left
glory
to
because
go
Harry's
back to the
playing it.
meeting room.
I kind of missed the first half.
No,
Yes, welcome.
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes.
Wait, didn't
Go
you
there.
already do this part? What?
Yeah, we're doing this with the bucket. Might be different.
Oh,
He's not saying anything this time.
dude, it looks like the
Oh.
portal facility, aperture science facility.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
What did that? This reminds me of SCP. Also, what that whole thing?
Creepy, right? It's like
Yeah.
found footage.
What was that whole thing?
I kind of like that one.
No, everything is different.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to
Ooh,
go to the
try the-
meeting
try
room.
the
Perhaps he
doors.
had simply missed a memo.
Now the 7 is off. Zeta before said 7 was off and it wasn't. And now it's kind of off. It's like going down a little bit. Weird.
Try the doors.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor
Oh.
did it advance the story in any way.
Whiteboard ending.
Wait, did you see bottom right? Yeah.
Alright then. Dog mode.
Wait, try it on.
I did, I kept it on.
When Stanley came to a set of
Joking.
2 open doors, this was not
Have
the
a
correct
middle.
way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Wait, let me go back. Oh! Did I mess
Yeah,
up?
you messed
A
up. You
soft
messed
wind
up.
blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it
Mm-hmm.
stopped shortly after.
Yeah, let me-
The good old
Okay.
bucket.
I
Just
didn't know that was
Stanley and the bucket, off on another thrilling adventure together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind.
No.
The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
Every time I
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
No.
The cargo lift, yes. Go there.
No, said the bucket.
skip this? Do I have to hear the whole thing again?
You gotta hear the whole thing all over again.
This is
Can you
day
press
number
escape?
295.
I cannot.
Tape number.
There you go.
Fuck.
I don't even know. I've lost track.
You can, right? Begin the game again.
Nothing
I can, but that will
real
restart from
anymore.
the beginning.
No,
again.
no, it won't.
It won't?
It'll be fine. It keeps your progress. I have a small. It's not even a tip. It's like nudging you in a direction.
It's still the same.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Okay,
What could
so
it mean?
if you
Stanley decided
like
to go
close
to
the
meeting
game
room.
and start
Perhaps he had
it,
said,
something
"Where are we going today?"
happens.
The bucket asked.
Something
Stanley just
I really want to see
smiled.
that. What
Anywhere
happened
they
like
went
that
together
before?
would be
Kinda messed
Stanley
up and you get
clutched
the
the
game
bucket
again.
tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him
Oh,
that the
that doesn't give you
employee
the ending.
lounge
That's
was
like
simply the place to be.
after a few
And here
resets,
it
you
was.
randomly
Had the
get a
bucket
blue
turned
room.
out to be correct?
I think
was
that's
this
what's
no?
going on.
Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Okay,
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance
go
section
there,
and walked
if you have
straight
it.
ahead to the opposite door.
This one I haven't. Let's see. Sam real. Alright, Zeta, goodbye.
Oh, good Stanley.
Goodbye.
I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
It's the baby. Hey, it's the wife as well.
You see, your friends and I are concerned
So
for you,
creepy.
Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen
Yes,
before.
all the manga characters.
Yes, I know
in
I'm the one who
room.
gave you the
All
bucket,
the
but you're
main ones.
spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off
What
to
the
next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
It's trademark.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
The bucket. Not happy. Need the music in this game as soon as I said that.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
Oh,
That's
this.
why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
This is like
I
getting.
think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
This is like destroying the
Can you
companion
guess what the
in
Bucket
Portal 1.
Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you.
Yeah.
Go ahead now,
Yeah,
Stanley.
exactly.
Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
No. Must be another way.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how
I
does a
love how
character with
I
only
tried
one
to go for the
personality
same thing
trait
as you
deserve
there
to join the
when I
pantheon
played.
of beloved Stanley
It's like
Parable
the
characters?
bucket step to go
Well, you
down.
see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The Broom Closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the bucket destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the bucket destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and... The bucket destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Very nice. You pissed bucket destroyer.
Did you get the Steam reviews ending?
Yeah.
Like, did you see the first one?
First one?
So, a little bit of backstory for you and everyone if you don't know. That review by a person named Raphael is an actual review sent to the developers. And they found it so funny that they decided to make a Raphael Easter egg where Stanley, the narrator, goes like, Stanley, Stanley, Stanley. Because in his feedback to the devs of it being like a really bad game where the developer only makes the narrator say Stanley all the time, they thought it was really funny. And there's a mode where you could actually make him go Stanley, 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 all the time and say nothing else. And then they added this like special Steam reviews area specifically dedicated to Raphael.
Stanley had felt the bucket calling.
You should look it up, by the way. There's a Raphael trailer and watch it live. It's beautiful. You'll appreciate it. Trust
Had the
me.
bucket
I
turned
can
out
send
to
it
be
to you if
correct?
you want.
Was this better than the... No, never mind.
Okay, good.
The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room. And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Okay, find them. Stairs, somebody with stairs, somebody red and blue. Nearby fireplace, private alien for a foreign person. There will be a reward for find them all. Lies.
Oh, Stanley.
Oh, how many have you
feel it?
found? Yeah.
The broom closet.
I've
It
only
wants
found
the
two.
bucket. You can feel that, can't you?
Okay.
The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket.
Yes.
I know. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I like going up.
That light looks like hell. Now that I think about it.
Exactly why I didn't go there.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and gut... But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
Bucket.
Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Oh yeah. This is gonna be the same, but with like extra lines. Let's see.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Go up.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
Interesting. Gate is not wanting to happen. We'll have it. It takes anything.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over. Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
But if I don't, what if I keep pressing 3? Okay then. Guess we're going back. What the hell? Oh. Alrighty then.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly. A hint of regret nagged in the back of Stanley's mind. Should he demonstrate the number 3 for the bucket again?
Yes.
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
Keep pressing 3.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you.
Okay, I'm back
He ran to the
again.
number
What are you
3
doing?
and began to wail on it like a musician, on
Three-
a beloved instrument,
You're
weaving a
smashing.
concerto
What are
of
you
truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number
Hello,
3,
Jaina.
stories of his
You know,
dreams
stick
and hopes
only for a
and
while and go.
fears.
Already,
The whole
man.
time,
No
he looked to his
problemo.
bucket for a
Appreciate you
reaction of
coming.
some kind.
Always.
Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated
Gotta
what he
do
was
what
doing.
you gotta do.
The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
I don't think I even got this.
Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect
Wait,
with this
what
passion
have you
of
been doing
Stanley's?
from when I left?
The
I
question
just go
caused
down to
Stanley
the
to
elevator,
ruminate the
then
whole
the
way
button,
down
like,
the
And
elevator.
keep
goes
mashing
up.
3?
He
No,
knew
I
that
go
there
down,
must be a
the
way to
button
get
that
through to
goes-
the
makes
bucket,
it
to
go up,
communicate fully with
activate.
his
Usually
dear
it wasn't
friend.
activated.
Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
I was in going up.
But also like pressing something on the console as
No,
well.
I
That's
didn't
like
press
new.
anything.
Not the console, the keypad,
Yeah, it
the
told-
number keypad.
Okay, see, it's still activated. Let's see.
That was going.
Anything? No. Okay then. Guess we're going back now. Oh, never mind.
Said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express
Eli
this
says,
feeling
"Hi,
in my
Harry."
heart.
Oh yeah, hello
He
Eli.
decided right then and there that he
Welcome.
would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all
Jaina
matters
would go,
relating to pressing the
"Bullshit."
number 3.
That's how
over
I'm
and
reading
over.
you saying it, like
He would
all caps
elaborate
with
fully
like
on what the
space
number
in
3
between
meant to
every
him,
single
and why
letter.
he felt so alive
Bullshit.
when pressing it.
Bullshit.
Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And
Man,
it would
I don't
be
even
through the
remember
public
any of
eye
this. Like,
that
maybe
the
I
bucket
played,
would
maybe I
finally
didn't.
understand
It feels like a
Stanley's
fever
work.
dream. What in the world?
Interesting.
For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared
The guy
as
who
he'd
went to
ever
Mars,
been
is that
for
Elon
anything
Musk?
in his life.
SpaceX.
All eyes on Stanley.
Yes. Book it.
World peace, baby.
Oh my
That was the
God.
door sound from Minecraft. What the hell? Okay.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Should listen to it.
World first sentient machine. To stage 3. Let's go.
Oh my god, because you were mashing it on the thing.
This was
yeah,
it.
you were mashing
One last
the
chance
console.
to win the bucket over.
Let's go.
One opportunity to share a
Jesus
true
Christ.
connection with a loved one.
Yeah,
Wait, that's your employee number as well, 427.
Yeah, that's how
So
it
fitting. Are those a bunch of eyes or dollars?
looks like eyes.
They're eyes.
Yeah.
Is Bill Cipher in this game as well? He's
National
everywhere now.
Geographic. Indoors Monthly. Storyteller.
That's you. That's your face. That's Stanley face on the
The dude who
magazine.
came up with
Beautiful.
pizza. Very nice. The Lord. Going great.
There was no one here. Nobody
Why
had
is he
come to
chat
the
in the
press
corner?
conference to
Eli
hear Stanley
says
speak,
where you
to
can
listen to
see
him
everyone's
talk
chat,
about what it
including
really
blocked people.
means
Wait,
to
what?
press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting. He was a failure. And in that moment, Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Wow. Nobody came. Alright. What?
It's like an Undertale thing, right? And
Yeah.
nobody came.
What was that? Subtitle came up a bit and then disappeared.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be.
Yeah, let's
Stanley
start restarting the game and then let's see. Let's see what Chipsy is talking about.
I'm not crazy, okay? I told Harry to do this and I'm not trolling. I'm a good boy, all right? What I told him to do was close the game and restart it and something ba-da-da-da-da will happen. It's like a Chipsy tip, like point you in the right direction. It's not even a tip. It is Chipsy. Imagine a chip, okay? Like a Lay's chip. No, Lay's chip sucks. Pringles chip with like two hands separate from its body, pointing you in the right direction, and the other one's a thumbs up. That's me right now.
No, I want to do 2 p.m. I saw like meeting at 2 p.m. at like the hole. Maybe that'll do something. Let's see.
I play games says, hey, hey, you too.
Is this the thing you were talking about?
Yeah.
I see.
See?
Before we get started, can I just say something? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you put out the game. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know that you care about the experience and you're paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game, you see this screen, just set up your clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want. Even if it's not the correct time, you've earned it. Alright, I'll let you go back to the video game now. Shall we go back? Quit? Let's see. Let's see what it does. We'll set it into our favorite time.
All I'm gonna do for you, Harry, is like, can you see that? Can you see what I did with my face? You saw what I did. You know what I'm doing, right? Like, you know what I'm doing, right? With my face.
Yeah, you're doing the face.
No. I'm winking. I'm like,
How
You know,
how am I supposed to know
reset.
that?
I'm like, reset the game. Maybe
Where's my cursor?
something.
What?
Maybe something will happen.
I can't see my cursor. Okay,
Omg 111. Gypsy
favorite-
said was real. He didn't. Of course. What do you take me for?
What's
You think I'm gonna
10,
troll?
6,
I mean, I would,
6
but not like
p.m.
this.
6 p.m. Let's see. 6 p.m. Your favorite time of the day. Or could you simply not resist giving me the correct time again? After all, I know how much you enjoy setting the time correctly. Okay, now I'm curious, how accurate is 6 p.m. is? Let's use another slider to find out. How accurate is 6 p.m.? Very inaccurate. It's not 6 p.m. Where is my cursor? Why don't I see it? Oh. What the
I
hell?
took it. I stole it.
You
I'm
stole
sorry, dude. I wanted it.
You know, can I just say, regardless of the accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting this setting. I feel like I'm learning more about you and how you like things to be set. It's good to collect data. I wish we had more sliders, but we have gone through all the sliders I have. Perhaps I can invent some sliders to gather new data from you. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, let me whip a couple new ones up. Should be ready when your next time you put out the game. Alright then, let's do it. Let's do the game again. See what it has in store for us. Wink wink. Okay.
I refreshed and got an ad, by the way.
Developed by Crows. Very nice. I just read that. Please adjust the slider until the camera is barely
I'm
visible.
so winking in chat. Oh no, role playing. That's not role playing. That's not role playing. Oh my god, I've become the very thing I said I wouldn't do. No.
It's just the slider until the dog or cat are friends.
It's so cute. This is so cute.
Where is my cursor? Is this supposed to be like this with no cursor?
I don't think so. I think he like broke the game, but it's fine.
You did this. I'm trying to select it. Okay, that's there. Go right. There we go. Hey. Can I confirm it, please? Okay. Please adjust the slider 5 until the number 5 becomes the number 9.
Big Smoke would be proud. Right? A number 9 large. Am I right?
6 with extra dip. Number 7.
A number 7.
245.
One with cheese.
I'm trying so hard to find. Come on. Okay, I'm right there. Go. Come on. Why can't I see? Okay, let me type out. Okay, there we go.
Okay, hand.
That's a number 9, but let's see the others. Never mind.
Oh, wait, what are the others though?
Ah, shit, I forgot.
No. How could
Please
you?
adjust the slider until you've stopped adjusting the slider. Come on, I had it. No, okay. Okay. Which two words below is most appealing to you? Scrumtush.
I don't know, man.
Please tell me
Akibinoikoi.
just a slight.
Okay.
Okay.
Akibinoiko looked pretty cool.
Do you know what time it is right now? Yes. Is the time that it is right now the correct time? Yes. What is the time anyway? Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Is there anything about yourself that you haven't told me? Yes. Help. No. Will you come back to visit me? Yes. Probably. Should I? Curious. Let's do it.
Winking intensifies. I'm winking with both eyes now. It's not like normal blinking, by the way. Don't it's not like normal blinking.
Okay, I know what you mean. You blink
Don't
once
think
on the right, blink one on the left.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Yeah, it's like an amphibian when you see them like close their eyes, but really, really fast.
Scrumtush. Scrumtush. No. I don't think I will.
What about Okubinoiko? How about that? That
What
sounds
time
like
is it? Does anyone really, truly know? Of course they don't. Nobody knows anything. You and I don't even know each other. We're like strangers. Sure, I've just all the game settings, your exact specifications, but who hasn't? This is what I do, like a day job. And now, the job is over. There's no more information for me to gather. I've collected all the data on you that I can. And I still don't really know you. And you don't know me. Neither of us know what time what time it is. I guess some settings are just unsettable. But I'm being totally honest. The clock doesn't do anything in the game anyway. You won't have me here when the game starts next time, but that's okay. Video games were meant to be played alone. You like being alone, don't you? That's maybe the only information I really learned from you. Well, it's time for me to leave. There's still one more setting that we need to adjust, but it may take a little time before I'm ready for that. It's not really in my job description, but that's okay. Perhaps you'll see me again, if you can find me. Talk soon. Shall we restart again? Gypsy, what do you think?
I'm winking so fast that it looks like I'm blinking normally.
Okay, then let's restart again. If there's nothing, there's nothing.
I'm not guiding him. I'm not spoiling it for him. I'm merely nudging him, dare I say, kicking him with my foot on his ass, on Harry's ass, lovingly in the right direction.
Let's see. He's actually not here, unfortunate. We'll meet him. He did say we'll meet him soon again.
Okay.
But anyways, do you think I should end here? It's almost like 12. It did say that the stream would be 2 hours. What do you think, Gypsy? Or is it up to me?
Okay, I don't want to say too much because I've played this. But I leave it up to you. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, he's gone. We'll miss him.
When he said that I won't be there next time, it's kind of sad. Yeah, it's like like an unexpected thing. When I saw it for the first time, it's like, what? New pathway? And then he says that, and it's like, wait, is that it? That's sad.
Yeah.
But is it? Hey Harry, wasn't it hashtag save TF2 because I see it?
Wasn't
Are
it?
you're trolling.
Save TF2 or what?
You mean the title?
If you're
What-
talking about the
what do you
tags,
mean?
it's still Save TF2.
Oh, you mean the description? Yes, it is. Well, it's still kind of ongoing right now because, like, brief update for you guys that either play or don't play TF2. They did update the game. There is one guy working on it, and slowly, but it doesn't fully solve the bot crisis. It's just like a big fix change of like a like quite a few bugs that existed for many years, and also a voting change. So that is what happened. It's still ongoing. That people are expecting way more changes. That this is just the first strike. You know?
Yep. Well, I think we should continue this in another stream. Well, I thank you everyone for joining us today on this stream and watching
Like and
watching
subscribe.
me play Stanley Parable. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that. If you haven't joined
If
our
you
Discord
enjoyed,
server, you can
please
check the description and you can do that. And yes, Ipsy, you want to say something?
Also, a lot of people don't know this. When the stream goes away, it seems like it disappears on this channel. If you radiate over to the playlist section, you can actually find a bunch of the VODs. If you kind of miss something and want to watch it back, it's always there. Like
And
as
also
this.
disabled the
yeah,
option where it
collection.
unlists every stream once it ends. I'm just gonna put it there, and it'll be available in the videos tab. You can check, but that's only
Yeah,
for the 2
alright.
streams I did so far. But for everything else, you need to go to playlist. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining. I'll see you guys in the next stream. Peace out.